I usually play in chat, but I can't. Aw, Vero, I'm flattered. That makes me happy. It feels like I'm doing something. Do I need to take the elevator? That's to the docking. Wait. Docking bay. I thought so. Excuse me, Mr. Krogan. I have no idea what you're talking about, Swedish Meatball.
How can you fight your own people, Rex? There aren't that many of you left.
Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
Oh, it still counts as scanned? Oh, because he still lights up. Like I haven't scanned him yet. Yeah, her hip to waist ratio is pretty intense. Maybe that's what happens when you're super sterile.
Every time I visit the Citadel, C-Sec brings me here for a friendly chat.
Aww.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Shit.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The Conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the Conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the Conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the Conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice on that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Huh.
Yes, Commander?
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
Something went wrong.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the
Space
atmosphere.
Dad. Oh shit.
Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren
Ooh,
didn't
minty
care.
nice.
The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren.
Oh shit.
I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests.
Did I just listen to this?
He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden
Okay,
away
just
somewhere
listen to this.
inside, protected
Fuck.
by an army of Batarian mercenaries.
Sorry.
The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
My
You're
bad.
right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Okay.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Thanks, bro. Give me my ship. On to the Normandy. This is my ship, right? Oh my god, my ship. I actually get a, oh my god, I actually get a spaceship. This is pretty fucking cool.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in
Shit.
Heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander, 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on.
The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Aragon! I don't know what that means.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used
Let's
to that
do it.
oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know?
Huh?
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome.
Yeah,
Brittle
nebulous.
bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Oh no.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Aww, that's not weird.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak
Thank you
up
so much
on you
for
if
the
you're not
5 out of
careful.
minutes.
The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average
Thank you for that
Alliance pilot,
incredibly
Commander.
generous
Lucky
tip
for
to my
you,
channel.
I'm anything but average.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the
Oh,
crippled
CJ
kid
Stark,
overcoming
fuck yeah!
impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
All right.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I didn't have to go, you just got boring. Sorry, brother. Lots of people to talk to. Oh, and examine? Codex. Navigator Presley.
Thank you for the fuck.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to my channel. Nope, not a talk. Not a talkie talk. No talkie. No talkie talk. Galaxy map. Okay, we haven't looked at the galaxy map yet. Actually, don't we have new people on the ship to talk to, though? Ooh, there's like new passengers to have private conversations with that maybe I can fuck. AKA aliens! Although they're probably not gonna let me fuck aliens in this game, which is super disappointing, but whatever. What is this? Where am I? Is this hell? Sleeper pods. Alright. Aiden, what up?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Oh,
What's
wow.
your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
I know you're high because I thought that was I thought that as funny, but me not what? Whoa. Some of them multiple options, like Pussyface from the beginning. I bet he can take 2 to the pie hole with no effort. Oh my god, which one's Pussyface? The one I was talking to, Caden? Aw, Verobot. Really though, I selfishly made my community to be an oasis away from the world because the world sucks and my community is way cooler than the world, so. Look at that, what up?
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Have sex with me.
What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
No.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
What?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Whoa.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
So long, Rex.
No, I don't want to be done talking to you. Oh, okay. That's it? That's all I get?
Shepard.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far.
That's heartbreaking.
Every Krogan is infected. Everyone. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I know, I want to hug him.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not
It's such a kick in the pants to have 4 balls and be sterile.
We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Sad.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Cat ragtag, that's dope.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
He is gonna be a chaotic neutral dude. Chaotic whatever.
Looking for supplies?
No. Don't look at
Not right
me.
now, thanks.
No problem. Keep checking.
All right,
back.
so 2. I gotta find Tally. New chick with the mask that everybody wants to have sex with. What? There she is. What up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. Thank you so much for that follow.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Wake 186. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name's ClassyKatie. It's wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for raiding my channel today.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift
Space,
fuel line into a converted
bitches.
township
What the
with a
fuck is
flotilla.
up? Thank you so much for that
I'm
resub.
sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along.
I think she's hating on our
Traveling
ship.
on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Do I have any fears or anxieties associated with moving in? Was Zeke just happy? No fears. My only anxiety is about the actual moving process. I'm always afraid my computer's gonna get broken somehow or a monitor's gonna get dinged. Ebo, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. And I hate, like, just the process of packing. I'm anxious because it's not done, and I hate doing it. That's it. I just wish it was done. Like, if I could just snap my fingers and be there, then I would just be done, and I would be relaxed, and then I could unpack. But I can't afford to pay someone to pack up my apartment. Yeah, packing up fucking sucks. Oh my god, Verabot, did you see that fucker that actually shot his desk with a real gun this past week? Some asshole thought it was cute to play with a gun at his desk. And then he like shot his computer with it and he goes, oh, I could have swore I just emptied the clip. Let me show you. This is how you play with a gun at your desk. Oh, you're probably asking yourself, where are the guns? That's because you shouldn't ever play with a gun at your desk. This is how far you should go. Finger guns. Pew, pew, pew. That's as far as you should go. That's it. Yeah. Fucking moron. He was also drunk. God, I hate... I have so little hope in humanity these days, man. I remember Zeke's incident, but Zeke's incident reminded me of the one that just happened. I don't care if you're apologetic, man. That is some fucked up shit. What if he shot himself? Fucking idiot. I don't even want to go into it.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla.
Viata, yeah.
Food, mine, and process our own fuel.
I'm already at the wish for death.
But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Wow, Papa Ponage, I didn't know that. Yep, Caddyshack, exactly. You always treat the gun like it's loaded. You never have your finger on the fucking trigger. That was another thing. He was like fucking cocking it back with his finger on the trigger like it was just, I watched the video and it made me nauseous. I grew up with guns. I am not anti-guns. I grew up with hunting rifles. My dad had pistols that were mainly just to put the deer out of its misery. If he was bow hunting and he didn't kill the deer, he could shoot it in the head so it wouldn't suffer. I grew up with guns. Everybody had guns, but you know what? They were used for a purpose, for hunting or target practice or hunting. Like these skinny ass nerds sitting at their desks all day who think they need a fucking handgun. I'm just like, what are you doing? You don't need that in downtown, you know, whatever, bumfuck nowhere. I agree, Verobot. I agree. I just don't know the answer to it. A cop where I live accidentally killed his wife while cleaning his gun. That's horrifically sad. Shoots himself in the foot. I just can't. Well, what the fuck is wrong with people? Oh, what the fuck? You know what? My life is very fulfilled without a gun in it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with guns. Like, get guns if you're responsible and you've gone through all the shit to get a license for it. But like, maybe get a dog instead. I don't know, a puppy or something. Wake, thank you so much for that raid. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Not next to your computer. Exactly. Exactly. What up, Tony? 1 kill quota. How you doing? All right, I want to learn about Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately,
And that's where it should be, Ryan, in a fucking lockbox, because you're a responsible adult.
Civil liberties other species take for granted.
Nebulous Nate, that was like the #1 lesson my dad always taught us with bows and arrows, because we bow hunted too, and guns and everything. You don't ever point them at anything but the fucking ground. Ever. If my dad ever saw you point a gun at anything, the house, a car, anything that wasn't the ground, he would have ripped it out of our hands and been like, you're done. Forever. Period. You fucking idiot. They kill people. Like, people are so stupid. They don't realize they're machines to kill people. It's pretty, you can literally, so Virabot, in the US, you can literally go to like a swap meet or a gun convention and just buy a gun from a person. You don't need a license, you don't need to register it, nothing. We have pretty lax, like we have good gun laws, but there's ways to get around it that are just really easy. It's pretty scary.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population
It is
grows
fucking
too
stupid.
much,
I have a story about that, Adam. Remind me in 1 second.
Of
She's
course,
done.
we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline,
No, Vero, let me tell you this story. I have a story for you in a
incentives are
second.
births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Conclave. Okay, so let me tell you guys this real quick. This is a pretty crazy story. So when I was flying to Germany, I had to fly from Baltimore up to Toronto and then Toronto to Munich. And from my flight from Baltimore to Toronto, I ended up sitting next to this very nice lady who was an older lady who was actually a chemist. She traveled the world doing quality control on certain chemistry labs and stuff like that. And I have a chemistry degree, and so we were just talking chemistry back and forth, and she was really funny. And then she started telling me she was really into guns, and I'm like, okay, so maybe you're kind of redneck. I grew up very redneck. I'm not opposed to that lifestyle. I don't hate it as long as guns are locked up safely, ammo's kept in a different place, blah, blah, blah. She's Canadian, by the way. I soon learned that she's from Canada. And I know it is much harder to get guns in Canada, so then I'm already clued into like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Where is this going? Then she proceeds to start telling me and laughing about how easy it is for her to smuggle guns across the border to Canada. Her mother lives in Tennessee. Her 92-year-old mother lives in Tennessee. Oh yeah, she was a super gun nut. She like, her and her husband belonged to gun ranges and like want to teach at gun ranges and all this shit. So what she would do is she would fly down to Tennessee where her 92-year-old mother was. Her 92-year-old mother would go into these gun shops with her daughter, and she would use her ID and everything to buy the guns for her daughter, like assault rifles, things that are not legal in Canada, like semi-automatic weapons that we have everywhere. Her mom buys them, and then she just fucking drives them across the border in the back of her car. And she's a well-to-do, nice chemist lady who looks very put together so no one questions anything. So her and her husband have all these semi-automatic rifles up in Canada that they just shoot for fun. They're not scary people, but like that's pretty scary how easy it is to get a gun. It's pretty fucking scary. It's all extremely illegal. Oh, I'm well aware. That's why I had to tell you guys the story. Because you can imagine my face. I'm sitting in the window seat just like that's inside my body. I was like, but on my face, I'm like, wow, that seems illegal. And she's like, oh, honey, nobody really cares. It's just the only way you get it up there. And I was like, wow. This is a scary world. She's not a very bright chemist. Oh, but yeah. Yeah, Verobot. Yes, you definitely can. Anybody can. As long as you don't have like an actual gun store that's selling registered guns to you, they are going to do a background check. And if you have a felony, I don't think you can get a gun in our country, but that's about it. That's like the only thing they look at is if you have a felony. I think. But you could go to a fucking gun show or a swap meet and just buy a handgun off somebody with cash. Yeah, no problem. I know, Reese. Isn't that scary? Nobody really cares. That's what she said to me. My jaw was just like... And I remember I had literally just got done with a 12-hour shift at the hospital, so I was beyond exhausted. By the time I got to Germany, I'd been awake for like 36 hours. It was something crazy. I ended up getting really sick because of it, actually. It was a bad idea. But I didn't want to get jet lag, and so I tried to, you know, fuck my body. I don't know. I don't know, Reese. Yeah, exactly. I don't think mental health diagnoses come up on background checks. I'm gonna keep an eye on this bitch and laugh. Exactly, like this is the bitch you want to be nice to because God knows what she has in her bag.